Good day and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a Philly cheese mac and cheese with ground beef. We're going to have 1 pound 80% lean ground beef, Montreal steak seasoning 1 tablespoon, 8 ounces of large elbow macaroni, 2 bell peppers, 2 onions, 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, 8 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese. To start off with, we'll brown our ground beef till it's almost done, and then we'll drain it, put it back into the frying pan, and add the bell peppers and the onions and the steak seasoning until the peppers and onions are tender. Okay, we're browning our ground beef. We'll let it go for a couple of minutes more. It won't be completely done, but we're going to drain whatever fat we accumulate till it's almost done. So be back after I strain it, then we'll add the bell peppers, the onions, and the steak seasoning. Okay, we're going to add 2 bell peppers, two onions, one tablespoon of the steak seasoning, mix it well. We'll let it continue to cook until the bell peppers and the onions are tender. Okay, our ground beef, our onions, and our bell pepper are simmering nicely. So we'll let them saute for 9 to 11 minutes until the ground beef is cooked through and the peppers and onions are tender. Be back at that point. Then in the meantime, I'll put the water on to boil for our large elbow macaroni. Those will be cooked as directed on the box. Here we have our large elbow macaroni in the pot boiling. According to the directions on the box, for al dente, they need to cook for 6 minutes. Then we'll strain them and they'll be ready to add to our ground beef and bell pepper mix. Be back when it's time to. Okay, our large elbow macaroni have been cooked and strained, ready to be mixed in with the rest of the ingredients. They will cook for 6 minutes till al dente, because you want them a little more to the bite. You don't want them cooked through because they're going to bake in the oven for a while. We have the oven preheating to 350, in which our cheese macaroni is going to be baked. Our hamburger, bell peppers, and onions with the steak seasoning is done sauteing. The hamburger is cooked all the way through, and the bell peppers and onions are tender. So we'll remove the ground beef with the bell peppers and onions, off the stove, and we'll add in our Philadelphia cream cheese and the rest of the ingredients. We removed our saute pan from the stove. Now we're going to add our Philadelphia cream cheese to the pan and mix until it's melted. This is an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. So it's 1 8-ounce of cream cheese. We'll mix this until the cream cheese is completely melted. Then we'll add our 1 cup of beef bouillon broth, which is made with beef bouillon granulated beef bouillon. You could use the cubes, it comes in a cube form as well. Just that the granulated beef bouillon is much easier to work with. The cream cheese is melted nicely. A couple of more stirs, and it should be incorporated very nicely. So that's 1 pound of ground beef, 2 bell peppers, 2 onions, 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. Now we're going to stir in a 1/2 cup of beef bouillon broth. Give it a mix. Now we're going to add in our 8 ounces of large elbow macaroni. Cooking it to the directions on the box for al dente. You don't want it cooked all the way through. We'll blend this together. Get it all good and incorporated. And then we'll put it in a 9 by 13 baking dish, lightly oiled. I'll be back when we get to that point. Okay, we have a 9 by 13 baking pan. I lightly oiled it with some spray cooking oil. Now we're going to add our ground beef and macaroni mixture to our 9 by 13 baking pan. We'll spread it out evenly into the pan. And now we will top our large elbow macaroni with our ground beef, bell peppers and onions with our steak seasoning, and half a cup of beef bouillon mixture. We will cover it with cheddar cheese, 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. It'll be really cheesy. We will cover it with aluminum foil. We'll bake it in a 350-degree oven for 25 minutes. Seal it nicely. We'll place it in 350-degree preheated oven for 25 minutes. Be back in 25 minutes. Okay, our Philly cheese with ground beef mac and cheese bake has been in the oven baking at 350 for 25 minutes. It should be done now. We will remove it from the oven and have a look. Our cheese is melted very nicely. And there you have it. Our Philly cheese with ground beef mac and cheese bake has come out of the oven. The cheese is melted nicely. And this is going to make a really good dinner. Now, if you like this recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I put up new content. Once again, this is our Philly cheese with ground beef mac and cheese bake. I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy your dinner. See you in the next video.